Alright, so this is going to be a quick video on the Vigilance spec Guardian. Same thing as the last video. I turned all my graphics down for this because with the video recorder running in the background it slows my computer down a lot. I got this build and I based the build and most of the rotation on our very own Eala's build on his Guardian Atel. This tune is in pretty much all 192 resurrected. There's a couple of pieces that are 198 that aren't part of the set bonus. And then I also have the 198 ear and implants. I did that. I realized that my DPS is lowered because of that, but I kind of play this tune a little bit recklessly, and therefore I feel like the extra health is a little bit necessary for me. The way that I have mine built, I'm using 3 potent mods. The rest of the mods are all going to be deft mods. I have 1 quick savant enhancement. The rest of the enhancements are all initiative. And I'm using 14 power augments. There's a different build that uses 14 alacrity augments. However, my computer is just not fast enough to keep up with a 14 alacrity augmented Guardian tune. It makes your attacks much faster, but this computer can't handle it, so I stick with the power build, which is perfectly fine. It'll still hit hard enough to get you through all the story mode content and so far all of the hard mode content that we've gotten through. With the numbers, or with the gearing that I use, you'll get your 110% accuracy that you need. You'll get close to 25 on your crit, close to 65 on your surge, and the little bit of alacrity that I have just ensures that I can use my opening rotation pretty much the entire time that I'm in the fight, and I'll never run out of focus because of it. My utility points, I use Defiance and Narrowed Focus to help generate extra focus. Trailblazer is gives you a buff to Cyclone Slash, which you don't use as part of the rotation, but when you're in big mob groups, like the mob group right before the Bulo pull, it's helpful to have that extra DPS on your AoE attack. Guardianship is kind of like a raid-wide buff. It decreases the amount of damage that is done to your raid every time you activate it. That is also your aggro drop. I use Purifying Sweep as well. It makes it so that your Sundering Strike lasts longer, so targets are sundered longer, and it makes it a harder sunder, so instead of the 10% that you would usually get, you get 20% of lowered defense. Through Piece lowers your focus defense cooldown, and True Harmony increases your movement speed. The rotation for the Guardian, Vigilant Guardian, is pretty simple. It's a priority system. First thing you're going to do is throw your saber at the target, then jump in, then use focus, and then hit your adrenal. Once you do that, that is the intro. As soon as you get up next to the target after you've done that, you'll hit your overhead slash, master strike, plasma brand, vigilant thrust, blade storm, sundering strike, and then dispatch. You'll only get to use dispatch once out of usually every 2 or 3 goes through your rotation. So anytime that dispatch is not procced, I skip over it and go to slash, and then go right back to overhead slash. So it's overhead slash, master strike, plasma brand, vigilant thrust, blade storm, sundering strike, dispatch, and then back to overhead slash. And with the way that this is built, you'll never run out of focus, and you'll be on your opener the entire time during the fight. So I'll go ahead and do partial of a parse on a dummy. I'm not going to do the full thing. It'll make the video last almost 9 minutes. But here it goes. can see I'm not running out of focus. I'm able to do the opener the entire time. And with this rotation, typically with the gear that I have, my average parse is hitting around 4,300, which is more than enough to clear the majority of the content that we've gotten through so far. And there you have it. Quick and simple on the Vigilant Guardian. Same thing with the Sage. There are people out there that'll hit, 5,000 or more on their Vigilant Guardian. Again, though, mine, it hits just hard enough to go through the content, and it's just a good starting point for you. So you can modify it how you like. You might find a better way to do it. You might be able to use the alacrity bonus. But yeah, it's just a quick one for everybody who's just hit 60 and wants to do something.